Hi guys, we're back. It's Sammy, Nicole, and Fifi show. Did you miss us? Did you miss us? Did you miss us? Did you miss us? Again, I am Sammy Nicole for those of you who don't know, and this is Fifi, and we are a dynamic mother-daughter duo, and we discuss on our show and on our channel all things love, life, and relationships and pop culture. So tonight we are coming to you guys live and direct. And what's tonight's topic, Mom? Colorism.
We're gonna be chit-chatting about colorism straight from the patio, off the deck, with our drinks.
All right.
But on a serious note, colorism is strong now. It's happening a lot now.
Right. And so colorism, typically it occurs in people of color, in groups of color. It stems from racism, and it's basically distinguishing the different shades within that ethnic group or racial group. So for instance, in Latin communities and black communities, you have people who have fair skin, and you have people who have deeper skin tones. So for those that have fair skin, they tend to be on the maybe a little bit more paler than those who have a deeper skin tone, or some people will say dark skin, whichever synonym you want to use. So tonight, that's what we're going to be talking about, colorism, and as it relates to self-esteem and beauty and romantic,
being accepted,
respected, or accepted. Excuse me. So yeah, we're gonna talk about colorism as it relates to beauty and being accepted by society, family, friends, also relationships. Romantic relationships, how desirable you're found by others, and self-esteem, how it affects you, based on the perception.
Yeah. So I guess the reason why we're chit-chatting about this today is because the episode of the Campbells, Erica Campbell,
on TV One.
On TV One, she's part of Mary Mary,
the Grammy Award-winning gospel group.
Her daughter experienced colorism, and it's just so sad because as young as her daughter is, what's her daughter's name?
Her daughter's name is Krista, and I think she's about 13, 14. They live in LA, so I'm going to go ahead and make the assumption that because, Tina Campbell from Mary Mary and her husband Warren Campbell, they're very successful, music producers, songwriters, singers. They have their own church, so they're pretty well off financially. So I'm going to make the assumption that their daughter probably goes to a Catholic school or a Christian,
definitely a private school.
Yeah, she's definitely in private school. And I'm also going to go even further than that and make the assumption that the private school that she does go to is probably not that diverse. You probably don't see, or she probably doesn't see a lot of people who look like her.
Right.
They probably come from very affluent backgrounds like her. However, they do not physically look like her.
Exactly. And it's the thing where she on the episode, she came to have a talk with her mom and express, which I commend Krista for being at that age to come and talk to her mom about a situation, about how she was feeling. So, and she started to tell her mom, the boys, they don't look at me, they don't approach me because I'm brown, I'm dark, I'm brown skinned. And Erica went on to tell her, "Oh no, that's not the case. That's not
guys talk to you.
Guys talk to you." She was minimizing her experience, and how she was feeling. And I just think that was really not the thing to do as a mom. If your child comes to you and say that they are experiencing this. Their experience is their experience, and I don't think you should minimize it. But she was saying that, I'm not getting approached. I'm treated differently from the lighter girls at my school. I'm a brown girl. I noticed that the boys don't really approach me. They don't talk to me like they do the lighter skinned girls. And it just broke my heart because at that age, she has become aware of colorism, and it's starting to affect her when she should just be
psychologically and emotionally, and
psychologically and emotionally, when she should be experiencing being 12 or 13, and something so heavy and so deep is bothering her. And she's coming to her mom because she wants a solution.
Who is a lighter
woman
in the black community.
Woman.
Yeah, in the black community, Erica Campbell would be considered lighter skinned.
Right.
Yeah.
So she's coming to her mom and she's like, "Mom, can you help me?" And all the money in the world can't change that situation for this, for her. And like Samantha said, she goes to school probably with Caucasian kids, or kids that are culturally mixed, Caucasian and African American, and there probably aren't a lot of pretty brown skinned girls at her school,
and
like her,
right?
So and it's starting to affect her.
And another thing that she mentioned when she was talking one-on-one with her mom, again, Erica Campbell from Mary, she was saying how I'm the chubby friend in the group, and she was like,
so she's experiencing that too.
So she's dealing with her having a deeper skin tone or darker skin tone, being brown skin, and being the chubby friend. And she said that because she realizes that she's the chubby friend in the group, that's another reason why guys go more towards to her friends who are not as chubby as her, and then who have a lighter skin tone than she does.
Right.
And so and then another thing that I thought was really interesting that Krista mentioned to her mom was how she noticed that her mom is light skinned and her dad is dark skinned. And she was saying how, Mom, you can't really understand or really feel my pain because you're light skinned, and look at your sisters and your mom, everybody on your side is light skinned. Even her, my two younger siblings, they're light skinned, and look at you being light skinned. Dad is attracted to you probably because you are light skinned. And I just thought that was amazing how she was
heartbreaking.
It was amazing and heartbreaking at the same time, because it was very interesting and profound how she was able to make that connection at such a young age. Like, she understands that even colorism plays a role within her own family, and she notices how she's the darker one out of her little brother and little sister. Her little brother and little sister, again, they're light skinned, like her mom, and she's the darkest one.
Right. And even so, with her noticing that, with as Generation X, with me growing up, I never really noticed, or we never really talked about colorism. It never was like, as a child, I was aware of it. But now looking back, I remember situations, I remember my cousin and I, during the summertime, we would ride our bikes from one end of the city to the other end of the city, and we would start at 10 o'clock in the morning, and we probably wouldn't come back home, until like 6 in the evening, because we would just ride all over the city and just visit our cousins, And I remember my aunt saying, "You all come on in this house because you all gonna get so black out there in that sun. You gonna get so black." And we were what? 11 and 12, 13 years old. We didn't have a clue about getting black. All we wanted to do was stay outside and ride our bikes. She wasn't concerned about somebody kidnapping us or somebody, assaulting us or anything like that, because during that time, kids didn't come up missing, or you didn't hear about it. And she felt like, we were, 13 and 11, we were out riding our bikes, so she wasn't concerned about our safety. She was more concerned about us riding our bikes in the sun and getting black.
And so you and your cousin, you guys were on, when it comes to the colorism spectrum, you guys would fall more so on a lighter.
Right. We were a lighter skin color, and so was my auntie.
And she didn't want you guys
and she didn't want us
dark.
She did not want us to get dark, because she scolded us about coming in. She didn't tell us to come in and get a drink of water. She just said, "It's hot out there. The sun is hot. You all come in, get off those bikes before you all gonna get black." Those were her exact words. And now that I'm grown and I think about it, I was like, okay, so I did experience colorism, but I wasn't aware of it. That's just
you on the other spectrum. How do you think colorism has come into play as it relates to your romantic relationships? Have you ever had men, make a comment about the color of your skin? Maybe you being more desirable, or
I haven't really had anybody make a comment as far as the color of my skin, but I have, heard, sometimes men are say, I only attract darker hue men. I don't attract any lighter men. They're all brown men, and that's what I'm attracted to. I'm attracted to darker men. I'm attracted to men that are darker than me. Now, I don't know if that's a colorism thing that I'm not aware of, or if that's just my attraction. But I haven't experienced anything as far as being lighter. I have siblings. I had a sibling, my brother that passed. We are the only two lighter skinned children that my mom and dad had. My dad was a lighter man, but my great grandmother was mixed with Caucasian. So that's how the lighter skin played, I guess. And
you can say white. She want to be politically correct.
It's not a bad word, but she was mixed with white.
She was like, you can say white.
She was really pale, and so Anna Cake Aaron. So that's I think that's where I got my skin color from. But my mom is brown skin, and she's a beautiful brown skin woman.
Beautiful skin, beautiful woman.
Beautiful skin, beautiful woman, and I think so. But as far as growing up, I did hear that a lot. Ooh, you so black, ooh, you so dark, girl. You
like it's something to be ashamed of.
Yeah, like it was
nasty.
something. Yes, I did hear that a lot on my mother's side.
Which is that's just a result of all the trauma we've experienced throughout slavery and Jim Crow, and it still is. Well, I will answer my own question. I do believe colorism has showed up in my dating life. I have had instances where I've had guys tell me, you're the darkest I'll go.
Wow.
I will not date anybody darker than you.
Wow.
So you meant just the cut. I've been told that a few times. Obviously, I'm not dating them anymore, but it's just very interesting. And they were darker than me.
Wow.
And were telling me that. So I think with some, not all, but some dark skinned men, if they don't really love the skin that they're in, and they've constantly grown up being told you black, you ugly, they internalize that, and they project it onto the women they date, and so they hate their black skin, and so they tend to go for women who are light-skinned women of color, or just flat out white women. They choose to date partners that are lighter than them. They won't date anyone that's their skin tone or darker, because they've been shunned their whole life. And I guess maybe they don't want their child to be as dark as them, but a lot of times, whether they have a child with a lighter skinned black woman or a white woman, the child still comes out dark skinned, i.e. Erica Campbell's daughter. Exactly. Erica Campbell is light skinned, her husband is dark skinned, and her daughter has dark skin like her father.
She's a beautiful little
she's
girl.
Gorgeous.
And it's just so sad. I know Erica wants her child to, we all want the best for our children, because I wanted the best for you. We want to put them in the best school. We want to surround them around the best peers that we can do. But she's in this school where I'm sure academically the school does well, but she needs to be around some people that look like her.
Right.
She needs to be around some girls
so she can understand that her beauty is beautiful, and there's space for her in this world. And she doesn't, just because society has taught us to hate our black skin, it doesn't mean it's not beautiful.
She needs to be around other little girls. Other little girls that don't have blonde hair and blue eyes. She needs to be around little pretty brown skin girl,
skin and curly hair.
Yeah, or fair skin and curly hair. She needs to be around some black girls that look like her, so she can relate to them. Because when she gets out in this world, being around those little white girls and being exposed to biracial girls and being exposed to what they do and how they see society. And when she gets out here in the real world, she is still going to be a little black girl. I don't care what school she goes to or who she hangs out with or how much money her mom has. She's still going to be a little brown girl. And I think that sometimes we hurt our children because we try to sugarcoat things because we have we have the money to do so.